We can only be able to be with our children only for a short time. Otherwise, within no time, they'll be out of age where we can be with them. We nurture children to help them grow. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Karaoke Moments, where this is a channel we discuss about life conversations. And we believe that life is a journey. And if life is a journey, walk here in it. This is a channel where we discuss perspectives in our lives: motivational, inspirational, faith, traveling. We discuss about cultures, whereby we believe every culture is to be respected, and we believe that life is a journey. And today we are going to be discussing about nurturing instincts. You know, the nurturing instincts, the being able to cater for our children, and I'm going to look at it including the animal kingdom. If you've been listening to me, maybe you've learned that I love animals, and most of my friends, they know that I love animals, and animals speak into my life. And I've just thought about the moments when I've grown up in a farm, by the way, and we had many animals. We had dogs and we had wild dogs, like the wild dogs, not these small dogs that maybe you keep as a pet. The ones that guard, the ones that are outside the house in a kennel and that live outside the main house. But then why am I taking a long time to discuss this? It's important because I remember when I was discussing about animals and we spoke about dogs. Living now here in England, it's two different perspectives. When we speak about dogs, I would speak about dogs in this wildness, how they live out of the house, how we feed them out there, we give them meat and we give them food. Like even at times we just feed them with food remainders. We don't need to make a lot of fuss in it. Maybe it is just the local food where we give them, be it maybe as a family you've eaten food, there are bones that have remained, you throw them there, you give them, okay, at least we used to have a container where we put food for our dogs, yes. But most of the dogs we are given when dogs live outside there, even maybe just the food that family has eaten. Like where I come from, we have ugali, we have githeri. These are local food. Just like other countries like Nigeria, they have fufu, they have jollof rice, they have other types of food. Just like even maybe if they were to be in England, maybe we would give them even sandwich or meatballs. What I mean is those dogs, in my perspective, are dogs that are outside and they'll be nurtured. They'll be taken care of and they will grow. And actually they used to be healthy. Though in my family, we normally buy food a little bit from like slaughterhouse. We get like those remainders of meat that we buy from the slaughterhouses, and we give them maybe other food that remain. But I remember my dad and my family, we love our dogs, so we give them, like, we try to go a little bit of extra. But we don't have to, but it's part of nurturing. But here in UK, their love for dogs, it's because most of them are pets. I don't know whether they have the guarding ones outside, maybe a few, but most of their love. In the morning, you'll even see someone when it's raining, they're being rained on as they're walking with their dogs. In the winter, they're dressed in coats. Here dogs are more than that. They are pet. They even live in their family house. They sleep inside and everything. Remember, we respect everybody's culture, but what we mean is both is nurturing, is bringing them up. It might be different in the culture, but it's bringing them up. And when I'm speaking about I'm thinking about nurturing. It's what is in my spirit at this time. How do we nurture? We nurture differently, but it's still taken care of. And I'm thinking of animals and their nurturing instincts, the inborn. Have you subscribed in this channel? Have you? Is it your first time? Kindly subscribe. Turn on all the notifications bell so that you can be able to receive all our videos when we release them in good time. Like our videos, make a comment, and share with your friends, family, and your inner circle so that they can be able to get to become a family. If you have been our friend already and subscribed, we welcome you back home. Continue watching. Back to our story. So we are discussing about the nurturing instincts. And I have just remembered about having grown in the farm, some animals like dogs. And I remember when we keep dogs and then it is a female dog. How do we call a female dog, by the way? Is it a bitch? I don't know why that name sounds colloquially wrong. I think because people have used it. Or what is the name of a female dog? Isn't it a bitch? Or what is it? Okay, English is my third language. I hope I'm right. But I think because that name has been used in like it has becoming a cursing word. It does not no longer bring out the meaning of a female dog. But I think bitch is a female dog. Okay, allow me to say female dog, or is it a she dog? Anyway, you know, a she dog or a female dog, when it has its puppies, I like how they nurture. And I was asking myself, who teaches the animals, even in the wild animals, how to take care of their young ones? Because even when you go into the wild, you'll see a lioness and its cubs, how it takes care of them. It will go to hunt and it will come back and bring food to its cubs. And actually nurturing, because it's bringing up, not just growing, it's bringing up and taking care. You'll see the cubs being taught even on how to hunt, how to chew, how to do some little gaming, and how to be able even to be strong. Even when the king lion, you know the lion, the male lion, yeah? When it goes out there, even to into the game to hunt, and it gets food, you'll see their language when it's coming home, like where the pride of lions, you know, where they remain with the lioness and its cubs. They have families, by the way. You'll see there's a language. When it has a kill, and maybe it wants to come and pick them to go and eat, or whatever the language is, you'll see the joy of when the king lion is coming back home and being able to celebrate with the lioness and being able to celebrate with the cubs. You'll see them wagging their tails and even being happy that one of their own is coming to bring good news. I remember one of the trips we went in the wild, because traveling and going into the wild is one of the things that excite me. And by then the tour guides, I don't know. I think it's one of those things that you just enjoy the know-how of their jobs. They've studied the animals' behavior and they'll be telling you exactly what you'll be watching. And when you watch in those, you know, the tour vans, and you're watching through to see what is happening. Like one day, I remember they just told us of how we watched that lion, the king lion, you know, the male. It made a kill out there in the bush, and he's not there. He's just thinking by watching. And you can see the lion coming into the family, because we were towards where the lioness and the cubs were, and was watching on it. We watch it. It comes as it's arriving. There's a language. The lioness come around the male lion, because that's his pride and his group, you know, the king of that group. And you can see the cubs also enjoying, and they move towards the forest to go into where the kill is. You know, and I asked myself, where do these instincts come from? Naturally, you'll see the instincts of an animal. Even a dog, you'll see a female dog when it is eating or feeding. And when the puppies, even if they are 8 or 6 or 10, name them, because most of the time they have many at a time. They might be having 6 or 8 or 10 just in one delivery. And you'll see how she's lying down there, spreading out, and the puppies are all over, playing with their mother and nurturing them. Then when it's eating time, they'll be together. And I thought about us. Is there a way that at times as human beings, we might not be very keen to nurture our children? May we not forget. May we nurture our children, because actually, just like in the animals, they are nurtured only for a short time. We can only be able to be with our children only for a short time. Otherwise, within no time, they'll be out of age where we can be with them. We nurture children to help them grow. And in this country, by the way, I've realized how children are protected. Child care in this country is something that makes a family, like husband and wife, you have to talk, you have to be friends. Whereby even your shifts, your work, you have to ask yourself, who is doing the school runs? We call them school runs here. Because when it's time for school run, the discipline in this country is at another level. You'll see them just jumping out from, even if it's a meeting, even if it's at work. They have, actually, when they're employed, part of the things they need to negotiate with their employers is every 3 to 3:30, I need to take my children maybe back home, or maybe to pick them and take them home, maybe to the next childminder or child carer. And imagine that is an expense to employ a child carer. I know where some of us come from. I think we just grew, surely. We took ourselves to school. One day, I was sharing a story with a colleague. Yeah? She's British, of how our school experiences were. Oh my God, if you come from some of the places, I come from Kenya. I have friends from Zimbabwe, friends from Nigeria. Now that Nigeria is where my in-laws are, that's where I was taken off. That's where I'm married. I've talked with my friends from South Africa. Most of us in Africa, I don't know, comment if you in Africa, you are childcare and being picked from school and got it. And we were sharing the experiences of how in the morning, your parents would dress you up maybe. If not, clothes will be arranged and put there for your accessing, and you dress yourself up. Breakfast will be ready, but our parents would see us to the door and say, bye, see you in the evening. And we thought that was the normal thing everywhere. We thought that is how every child is escorted. And then you pick your neighbor's children, even if you are just 6 or 7 or 8, you will just gather. You walk to school, some even without shoes, different backgrounds that we come from, some even maybe without very warm clothes. Fortunately, most parts of Africa generally are warmish. Not all of them, I'm not ignorant of that. Where I come from, it's generally warm. So you take your bag. I thank God I had shoes to put on my feet. And we pick, and you go even calling, Jane, Mary, John, come. You all take yourself to school. And we used to be like, even maybe, I think I did 2 kilometers to go to school or something like that. I think 2 kilometers. So back and forth is like 4 kilometers. Or is it 1? I'm not very good, but 1 to 2 kilometers one way. And we would laugh. We would be smiling. Maybe you're like 3, 5, 10 kids and you're running to school. All the way in school, nobody cares for you. Like your parents are not bothered. They are going on with their lives. You are safe. You are happy. In the evening, it's time to go home. You all just go home. You pick yourself and you go to school and you go home. That is the different way of nurturing that happened to us. That is why I always say cultures are different. Do not belittle or demonize or see like because you were brought up in a certain way or your culture is a different way is superior than the other. No, it's just different ways of backgrounds because like that's how we found ourselves. And that is why when some of us, we relocate to a country like here where child care is taken care of even by rule of law. You cannot just let your child, even at 12 years old, imagine that child. And we think about where we come from. 12-year-old, you're cooking food for the whole family sometimes or arranging for your siblings if you're elder on books, may help them to do homework and everything. What am I saying? Here, I know the culture is different, but today I just thought about nurturing. Nurturing is just bringing up and taking care of. And as I said, it's more of the fundamentals or culturally where people are. It has the instincts of bringing up and doing what is right. As we said, even animals, they have their own instincts. So what we are saying is nurturing can be very different. But what is important is let's take care of our children. They will grow up and they'll be out of our way. When we can be able to, dads and moms, let's take care of our children because today they are here, tomorrow they are gone. Like by the time they are 15, 16, they're starting to get into their world. 18, they're going to university. 20, they're starting into relationships, qualifying. 25, they're married. Imagine you've lost them. Now they'll be coming as in-laws or something. Let's nurture our children. Let's enjoy being with them in whichever way, as dads, as moms. Even if I know sometimes families may separate. At times, I know things happen in life as adults. We don't read from the same script. We don't see things the same. By the way, I salute all people, men and women, who are in separated situations in life and they are co-parenting and they are nurturing their parents. The dads are still in the picture for their children in spite of them and the mother not being together, or the moms are still in the picture with their children and nurturing them and bringing them up together. I salute you. Receive my flowers. You remember what I normally say? I give flowers when I'm alive and when you're alive. I respect you. This is respecting that in spite of your differences, you are there to nurture your children. You put your differences aside. You come into agreement that you're going to be a dad to your children. You're going to be a mom to your children. The way we say don't catch feelings. I don't know whether this is across many places, but in Kenya we like to say catch feelings. It's a slang kind of to say don't be annoyed or don't be tempted to be annoyed. So don't catch feelings. Let's nurture our children. Just if the animals, as I've said, can be able to nurture their children, take care of their children, feed them, why are we not recognizing as human beings? More is expected to us. Continue subscribing in Karaoke Moments, getting more people to subscribe, getting to know us, because we believe that life is a journey and it's a life conversations every day. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us be known out there. We love you and let's meet in the next video. Bye-bye. See you then.